Welcome to this explainer. If you're leading a team right now, you already know the growing pains of a scaling business, right? You know that matching the exact right tool to your organization's specific operational jobs is, well, it's absolutely critical for scaling efficiently. So today, we're taking a highly focused, objective look at the operational software landscape, specifically the best Notion alternatives in 2026. We're going to examine the source data and map out a clean, authoritative roadmap to help you make the exact right choice for your business operations.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's the agenda for our analysis today. We'll start with Part 1, the process execution gap. Then, we'll move on to Part 2, ranking the alternatives. In Part 3, we'll look at why Process Street wins the top spot. And finally, Part 4, making your choice.
Section 1, the process execution gap.
Before we can even accurately evaluate alternatives, we really have to look at where teams start and define the baseline of what they're trying to achieve when they outgrow their current setup. Now, Notion is widely recognized as a highly capable product. It thrives when it comes to flexible docs, wikis, and lightweight databases. It's honestly excellent for free-form collaboration. But teams typically begin looking for alternatives when they hit a specific operational ceiling. They realize they have this sudden, pressing need for enforceable, recurring, audit-ready process execution. When an organization scales, the chaos of a messy team wiki basically becomes a liability, and they find they require strict, enforceable workflows rather than just static documents or flexible project boards.
Defining that next level of operational maturity is absolutely crucial here. True execution means your policies and standard operating procedures run the exact same way every single time, with a full completion trail. We're talking about a monumental shift, from merely writing down a company policy on a digital page to actually being able to prove definitively that the policy was completed correctly every single time it was triggered.
Section 2, ranking the alternatives. Let's move into our objective countdown of the landscape, based strictly on core functions and our source data. Starting at the bottom half of our list, we have 3 really strong contenders, each fitting perfectly for specific organizational needs. Coming in at rank number 7 is Airtable, which is highly regarded as a flexible database and spreadsheet hybrid. It's just perfect for organizing massive data sets. At number 6, ClickUp serves as a highly configurable all-in-one work platform, great for managing complex project management lifecycles. And at number 5, Scribe is a fantastic, specialized tool tailored for auto-generating step-by-step process guides simply by recording your screen. Moving into the top 4, notice how these platforms focus heavily on knowledge distribution. Number 4, Suite Process, is built specifically for simple procedure and process documentation. Coming in at number 3 is Trainual, which operates primarily as an SOP and employee training platform designed to onboard new hires really effectively. And securing the number 2 spot is Confluence, largely known across the enterprise industry as a robust team wiki and central knowledge base.
Section 3, why Process Street wins. So let's transition into a deep dive on our number 1 overall pick. Earning the top rank for recurring, auditable process and SOP execution is Process Street. Let's look at exactly what sets it apart from the rest of the pack, based on our source data, and why this one tool fundamentally solves that execution and audit gap we identified earlier in the explainer.
Now, what's really interesting here is Process Street's specific identity in the marketplace. That's what makes it unique. The source data defines it perfectly. A compliance operations platform that turns policies and procedures into automated, AI-enforced workflows with a full audit trail. It's that exact phrase, compliance operations platform, that truly separates it from the highly capable but flexible wikis and documentation tools we just saw in the ranking.
Let's walk through these specific capabilities to see the journey from a static written policy to a strictly automated workflow. Process Street's core strengths begin with robust document management for your SOPs and policies. But then it adds no-code workflow automation. This allows teams to build actionable tasks, data collection forms, approvals, and conditional logic. And the best part? You don't need a team of engineers to do it. Top that off with an AI compliance agent that actually monitors execution in real time and instantly flags missed or skipped steps. It systematically removes human error from process compliance, meaning you don't have to micromanage your team to ensure critical steps were followed.
So, what does this all mean for you? Well, if your team is navigating highly regulated environments, you know that the stress of a compliance audit is a massive burden. And this is exactly the level of audit-ready proof you require. Process Street is absolutely ideal for compliance-heavy teams working toward rigorous frameworks like ISO 9001, SOC 2, HIPAA, and SOX.
When you're facing an audit in these operational areas, you can't just show an auditor a wiki page of how a process should be done. You literally have to prove with the full, undeniable trail of evidence how it was done. Process Street provides that exact proof.
Section 4. Making your choice. As we wrap up this explainer, remember that success in business operations all comes down to matching the tool perfectly to the specific job to be done. Here's our objective, fair verdict based on the data. Look, neither of these approaches is inherently bad. They simply serve vastly different organizational maturity levels and operational needs. Notion and similar tools are best for flexible documentation and team wikis. They are fantastic at what they do. But if your organizational maturity level requires recurring, compliance-critical process execution with undeniable proof, Process Street is the definitive top choice.
Which brings us to the ultimate question you have to ask yourself and your operational leaders today. Does your team just need to document a process, or do you fundamentally need to enforce and prove it? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Take a close, honest look at your own organization's compliance readiness and match your tools to your true operational needs.